Yes, they may be trying to define you by your color, but they definitely know that you are so much more than that. People tend to say they dislike black people or people of color. They are trying to wipe our existence and claim things as their own that were never theirs to begin with. You know, God created us just as He created all humankind. And we are beautiful with so many different shades. Is this why some people are jealous, but are constantly getting tans to change their complexions to look like ours? But why is there so much focus on the color of our skin when there needs to be more focus on learning to respect others and getting your heart right with God? Because one thing for sure is when God comes back for us, He definitely ain't focusing or worrying about the color of anyone's skin. You know, black women have nursed many white people babies, cleaned their homes, prepared food for them, and raised their babies, but yet they don't like us. Some black women were raped by white men, and their wives would be upset or angry with the women, but the black women weren't the problem. The problem were their men. It seems to me, if you're not white, some tend to have a problem with you. It's not all of them, but it's some of them. So let's get that right, because I'm not speaking about every white person. For clearly no reason at all, they tend to dislike us. This is just simply not okay. I remember in elementary school being the first black child at the school I attended, and they were so mean to me. The teachers and the kids were. Now, it wasn't all of them that were mean to me. The ones that weren't in agreement with them being mean to me, they were even mistreated just as bad as I was. But you know, no one is born prejudiced. It's taught. You know, I was a child who wasn't just going to let that go. So me and some of my family members got things to change. I also remember going to the movie theater as a child, and the black people weren't allowed to go through the front door. But one day I went through the front doors and asked why we weren't allowed to do that, because we would have to go up the stairs on the outside and go in. And I thought that that was just so not right. And it took a while before things changed, but they changed. I even remember doing a sit-in with my grandmother as a little girl. So, you see, I have always been passionate about what is right, even as a little girl. I have never minded helping anyone, no matter what race they are. I had many friends at that school that weren't white, but they were mixed with other things, and we were friends, so we went through stuff even once other kids started coming in. When my son was a little child, we even went through them trying to make me give up my seat when I was holding my son on the MARTA bus and I wouldn't move. It took for family members to come. You know, a lot of things that we use on a daily basis were even invented by black people, but a lot of those inventions were taken and stolen or even given away because black people were afraid of what would happen to them. Or they simply needed money at the time to take care of their families. And white people knew they were getting over on them. A lot of the land was stolen from us as well. The land was stolen from blacks as well. But I wonder, Have the people that dislike people of color or black people realized that some of those same inventions that were invented by black people have saved some of your lives or even the lives of your family members and friends? I think they haven't really sat and taken the time to realize that. You know, I've come to realize the true reason we are so disliked is because they don't have our skin color and they weren't the ones who invented a lot of things. But that's just simply not our faults. We didn't create ourselves. God did. But I tell you what, y'all better start repenting and changing because God is not pleased. He loves us all and he wants us all to love one another. And if you have a problem with that, then take it up with God and let's see how well that pans out for you. But if God reveals his face right now to anyone or everyone and he's black, would you turn away because of the color of his skin and risk your own soul burning in eternity in hell? Because if you would, that doesn't make any sense to me. What I want everyone to know and to realize is black people or people of color or whatever you want to refer to us as are all a part of God's history and we simply ain't going nowhere. So run and tell that. I am Cre-cre Inspires. I create to inspire. Happy Black History to everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn through the storm, through the night. Lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord.